Sweet. There we
Good.
go. Easy
Yeah.
enough, right?
It was
just
easy.
talk and just enjoy.
Yeah.
Just kick back and learn. Hey everybody, welcome on into the Big Access Podcast. We are really excited about today's episode because we have a very special guest here at PDK headquarters. We have Bob Gatta, who is the CEO of Data Display with us today. He's here to talk to us all about this brand new integration that we've got and talk to us really about why visitor management is important and how Data Display and Lobby Tech is able to deliver a positive visitor management experience for you guys as installers and also for your end users as well. So Bob, really excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be here, and I'm glad we could make the trip out and be together here for this.
We're really excited to have you here too.
Thanks.
I mean, we've got a lot of good things going on with Data Display and with Lobby Tech, right? We've got this brand new visitor management integration that we are kind of unveiling to the world and showing off and really getting it going and teaching people, why visitor management is important. So before we dive into a little bit more about the integration side of things between PDK and Data Display, why don't you tell us a little bit more about who Data Display is?
Great. Yeah, so we've been in business for 50 years, always very much a technology-based company, starting out with a very strong emphasis on hardware, electronic hardware, audio, video, lighting, sensor types of equipment. And then in 2016, we moved to software capabilities, where we built out a back-end system. And our primary market up until 2020 was the retail market.
Okay.
So if you go to Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and you interact with the display on the shelf, you are most likely interacting with the Data Display electronics.
Oh, way cool.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
And so in 2016, what we did was we said, look, wouldn't brands like to know that speaker 1 is really popular in Utah and speaker 2 is really popular in Maine? And provide that data of shopper engagement to the brands. And that's one of the reasons that we developed this back-end system in order to give brands that type of data. Fast forward to 2020, when the pandemic hit.
Right, we all know what happened spring of 2020,
right?
Oh
my gosh.
Man, that was a really weird time of our lives.
It was, and I was the person outside taking everyone's temperature.
Yeah.
And then, shortly thereafter, we had to ask everybody questions.
Yeah, right.
And I looked to my our chief technology officer and said, Jeff, we have everything on the shelves to document compliance to CDC state and local guidelines and have a customizable system with our basic, with our foundational technology.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first step. We created what's known as the health screener, and that was very popular for residential and senior living, food processing, a lot of markets that require documentation to those types of devices.
That's really cool. I mean, and how many times has it been that we've introduced and expanded on current technology just because we're stuck in a situation where in this case you're out there scanning temperatures and asking questions. Like, there's got to be a better way of doing this, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, for us, that's how it was with access control, right? We helped pioneer the cloud-based movement towards access control. We helped pioneer everything being a mobile-first platform where you do everything from a mobile app. And the reason we did that is because we are built up of, we're a company built on, the employees. I guess what I'm trying to say is our employees here are previous integrators who have been out there doing the installations themselves, and they themselves thought there's a better way to do this. And so we help pioneer this cloud-based movement to be able to do a fast installation, be able to whip out your cell phone to be able to configure and manage everything. And it sounds like you've got a similar backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting is, when we did the health screener, it was great and it served that need. But then our customers started asking us, hey, can you integrate with Active Directory? Can you integrate with access control? Can you provide us with a touchless sign-in, facial recognition, things like that? And so as we started all of those integrations, that's how we developed into the Lobby Tech system, because now it's all about the hybrid workforce.
Yeah.
Because the pandemic really accelerated that hybrid workforce. And visitor management is really a very fast-growing market.
It's crazy how fast that's growing, right?
In fact, a lot of reports say it's going to grow from about 1.1 billion to 2.6 billion between now and 2016.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And most of that is
billion with a B, everybody.
It is.
It's a lot.
And one of the reasons is that there's a lot of emphasis on businesses now because of the hybrid workforce, to know who's on site. And what a better way to do it but to marry both visitor management with access control.
Yeah. No, you're spot on. You're spot on. We've got a really cool integration that we're going to be kind of showing that off. If you watched our live broadcast from a few weeks ago, go ahead and check that out. In that, Bob's going to show a lot more about how the integration works. You can find that on our YouTube channel, so we're really excited about that. Go back and watch that. But for those of you who are just listening in on this podcast, we do have one of their data display lobby tech units out here in front of us. So if you're watching it on YouTube, you can actually see this. But if you're on one of our audio platforms, just imagine it, or go out to our YouTube channel to be able to watch it. But Bob, tell me kind of, how does this unit work? What does the whole process look like?
Yes, so it's really the integration of software and hardware, right? Because we started out in custom hardware, and if you have a unit like this, essentially a user comes up to it, or they receive an email and they're pre-registered on their cell phone before they even get to the facility. If they're a visitor, they log into the system. It's very customizable. So however the end user wants it is customizable. But the really nice thing about the integration is that if you're used to using the PDK user interface, just continue to use that. We'll gather all of that data and populate the lobby tech side of it.
That is really cool. I mean, when you're talking about database synchronizations, being able to have it be where you can still continue to use the software that you are used to, and it will still accomplish everything that you need it to accomplish, that's kind of unheard of, right? That is really, really cool. And so something that here at PDK we're really excited about, because a lot of our clientele and our user bases, they're used to using our easy to use software, right? They can do it all from their cell phone. And so being able to now integrate a full visitor management platform into that, where they can manage that on the go from their cell phone and be able to do access control at the same time, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah. You know why it's also important to us? I know you talk a lot about being very committed to the channel.
Yes.
And for us, we are very committed to the channel as well. Even in our traditional business, we're committed to point of purchase display manufacturers. So that's really in our culture, to be committed to the channel. The last thing anybody wants to do is to be competing at the end user with a visitor management system.
You can kind of hold true to our core values as well of being partner fanatics there, right?
Absolutely.
You're not bypassing the partner to go directly to the end user. You're making it so that these end users utilize these professional installation networks, right, to be able to make sure that everything is working well. I mean, that's one of the huge benefits and the reasons why integrators are in existence today, is because they provide these professional installations that are going to work. And so you guys going through the same distribution channels that we go through, where they can go and pick it up at their local distributor, but then they're able to go and sell it out to their end users, to be able to provide the management and the expertise behind it, is huge, not just for the customers, but for their end users.
Right? Absolutely. In fact, we're aligning our sales channel with the PDK sales channel. So same manufacturers, reps.
Yeah.
And because we think it's such a great system. And I'll tell you, our developers were so excited about integrating with it, because the foundational work that you guys did is just second to none from our developers' perspective. So
well, we are very happy to hear that compliment. We definitely take pride in our work. Our development staff is awesome. Shout out to our engineers. You guys rock. They take what PDK is all about to a whole new level there, right? They take it to where we really put our partners and our customers first, to where they make everything simple and easy to do. And so I'm glad to hear that they were able to do the same thing with Lobby Tech.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to bring up is the reason we're able to stay true to that channel is because we're leveraging the economies of scale from our retail business and applying that to what we're calling our business compliance.
Okay.
So what that means is we already have the infrastructure set up in retail technology for 24/7 call-in numbers. We already have the infrastructure for the software platform that we're using. And we've been doing the hardware, audio, video, lighting for decades.
Yeah.
And we're applying those same things. If you can imagine going into a retail store and having a 9-year-old bang on a video thing, for 3 to 5 years, our failure rate, in-field failure rate, is less than 0.02%.
What?
Yes.
Dude, that is incredible.
It's amazing.
So what you're saying is I can go back and I can grab the baseball bat that's in my office and I can pound on this thing and it's going to be okay?
You can drop it from 10 feet, though, because it does meet some of those.
Well, we'll test that after. So be watching for that video on our social media platforms. But no, that's pretty impressive, though, man.
It is.
You're not lying, right? I mean,
no.
You're out there. It's your equipment is being tested in some of the most crazy situations because, like you're saying, kids out there pounding on everything.
Well,
right? I've got 2 monsters of my own who just want to break everything.
And the reason why that's so important is if you can just imagine the costs of a failure in one of the big box stores, Best Buy, Target, retail, versus if we're able to catch it before.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but if a brand's display is offline, I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars per day that they're losing. So we really need that type of reliability in our systems, and that's what we're known for. And again, the ability to be able to take all of that experience and apply it to the business compliance side, is just a win for everyone.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is Data Display. This is Bob Gatta. He's the CEO over there. Bob, if you've got people who want to learn more about Data Display and about your LobbyTech system, how can they go ahead and get a hold of you guys?
Sure. They can get us through either our website or the distributors that they're used to using. Please go and ask for our product at your local distributor. And we also have a manufacturer's rep network that
perfect
contact.
Awesome. And you can also reach out to us here over at PDK to be able to learn a little bit more about it as well. If you go out to our website and you go to the integration section, you will find a Data Display page there that will have a custom demo link as well, so you can go ahead and talk specifically with our reps about PDK and about the Data Display /LobbyTech integration. So we're really excited about that. But yeah, Bob, it's great having you on. Thank you so much. I learned a lot on this. Hopefully a lot of our listeners did as well, and they will, they'll be reaching out to learn more about how visitor management can be a great platform for their end users, and especially having it integrated into their PDK systems.
Excellent.
So,
thank
you guys for tuning into the Big Access podcast. This has been a great episode, and we're really excited to have you guys listening to it. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast, give it a 5-star rating, leave any comments, share it with your friends, and let us know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to learn about. But thank you guys so much. It's been great. Keep it easy.